June 2nd, 2025. In the dark waters of the Red Sea, hell breaks loose. Dozens of Iranian cruise missiles, suicide drones, and explosive-laden speedboats race toward the USS Gerald R. Ford, the most advanced and expensive aircraft carrier in history, carrying over 5,000 American sailors. Its flight deck stretches longer than 3 football fields, packed with jets, sensors, and layered defenses. But that night, even the most powerful ship couldn't keep the nightmare away. Radar screens exploded with warnings. Gatling guns unleashed 4,000 rounds per minute. Sea Sparrow missiles launched into the sky. One escort ship took a brutal hit. Smoke, fire, men running. And in that metallic storm, the United States responded with precision and fury. Just hours earlier, the Ford Carrier Strike Group had been cruising in tight formation, surrounded by destroyers and cruisers armed with Aegis radars, long-range missiles, and close-in defense systems. For decades, such a formation was a floating fortress. That night, Iran chose to test that assumption. At 10:04 a.m., the USS Gravely's radar picked up strange signals too small for bombers, too erratic for standard formations. Within minutes, US electronic warfare units confirmed heavy jamming across multiple frequencies. Iranian drones equipped with Russian-grade interference gear were flooding the spectrum. Then came the bombers, low fast, upgraded with advanced avionics slipping just outside radar range before diving in. Below the surface, sonar teams detected swarms of high-speed drones, speedboats turned into floating bombs. And from deep inside, Iran cruise missiles had already been launched, calculated to hit in the middle of the confusion. This wasn't just an attack, it was a storm. Iran wasn't betting on one weapon getting through. It was betting on overload bombers, drones, jammers, missiles, and boats attacking simultaneously to break the US defenses and maybe strike the USS Ford itself. Alarms howled, sailors secured ammo, pilots sprinted to fighters. Below-deck damage control teams braced for impact. But there was no panic, only execution. Decades of drills activated like instinct. The outer ring fired first. SM-2 missiles ripped through the night, guided by faint radar signatures. Iranian bombers exploded mid-air. Cruise missiles flying low were intercepted by sea sparrows in a deadly ballet of speed and precision. But the skies weren't the only threat. Unmanned Iranian boats charged across the waves, exploiting radar gaps left by drone swarms. The USS Gravely switched targets. Its chain guns shredded too. A third was obliterated by a Hellfire missile from a Seahawk helicopter, an orange fireball lighting the sea. Above EA-18G Growlers blanketed the air with jamming. Iranian drones lost contact, spiraling into the sea like broken birds. Still one got through. A heavy drone equipped with anti-jamming navigation flew at wave height, dodging radar, avoiding interference. It wasn't headed for the Ford, it was aiming at the USS Mason. CIWS Gatling guns spun and fired. Tracers lit the sky. The drone staggered but kept going. In a flash, it slammed into the ship's port side. The explosion rocked the deck. Fires erupted, metal tore, but the crew responded instantly. Compartments sealed, fires suppressed. Despite the chaos, the Mason stayed afloat. Some were injured, but the worst had been avoided. By morning, the Iranian strike had failed, but the United States wasn't done. Hours later, Washington was wide awake. Inside the Pentagon, senior commanders reviewed satellite footage, sonar logs, and signal intercepts. The verdict was clear: retaliate not symbolically but decisively. Strike at the very infrastructure that launched the attack. Just after sunrise on June 3rd, FA-18F Super Hornets roared off the Ford's deck, loaded with standoff precision missiles. E-2D Hawkeyes stitched together real-time maps of Iranian launch zones. Growlers jammed Iranian radar, blinding defenses. Far to the south, two B-2 Spirit stealth bombers took off from Diego Garcia, each carrying bunker-busting payloads. Their flight paths curved over the Arabian Sea, invisible to radar, en route to crush command bunkers near Shiraz. Beneath the sea, a Virginia-class submarine received a green light. Tomahawk missiles launched silently from the depths, racing toward drone facilities and coastal defenses. The assault was precise, devastating. Iranian drone warehouses exploded. Command bunkers collapsed. Radar sites fell silent. Panic spread across Iranian airwaves. Some officers fled their posts. They knew more was coming, and the world watched. Governments worldwide saw the satellite images burning, bunkers, collapsed radar sites, and reached one conclusion: the US still rules the seas with unmatched precision, speed, and power. The Red Sea is a lifeline for global trade, and America didn't just protect a carrier, it defended the world economy. Iran's gamble exposed a harsh truth: attacking a US carrier invites devastating consequences. As warfare evolves with drones and jammers, it's still people disciplined, unshakable, who make the difference. This is a wake-up call. Subscribe now and stand with those who keep the oceans free.